live. One person. There's one person in. They're all coming. People will start joining, I assume. So I'll just wait for people to start filing in. So many people are now joining. Yay! We've got a whole mess of people in here. Greetings, Megan. I'm doing well. How are you? Just hanging out. Covina. People representing from Covina, California. Cool. More and more people joining. I want to make sure I get at least a sort of critical mass, a quorum, before I start moving forward with more signatures on things. Because I don't want to start signing things if someone's trying to join. Yes, Ambu Sakashi about the send-ins. Yes, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the send-ins because there are some new developments with the send-ins. So I'll chat about that once we get a little more of a critical mass here on the video stream. So, let's see what happens. Okay. Do I recommend Santa Monica Beach? Yeah. Santa Monica Beach is great. The pier is fun. All sorts of cool stuff on the pier. But that whole area is very nice. I'm very spoiled. Although I'll be honest, I don't go to the beach that much. I'm not that much of a beach person. But I like living relatively near the ocean because the climate is so nice over here. So, all right. I think we probably have a critical mass at this point. So I just want to make a quick announcement about the send-ins. Some people have asked about the send-ins, and I'll probably have to talk about this more in the future. The send-ins have been extremely popular. More popular than I or Streamily ever thought. Like, man, do you guys want to send things in for me to sign? So, it's so popular that they had to close it down for now, because they were getting so many requests and so many orders, and this is a new service for them, and they need to figure out how it goes, and they want to make sure that everyone's having a good experience and that people aren't waiting forever to get their items. So I think I'm at 175 send-in items at this point, which is crazy. And so Streamily was worried that they would not be able to handle that high volume of send-ins effectively. So they have temporarily shut down send-ins. All right, so they are sold out right now because we're trying to get all this done before April 23rd. That's the deadline for everyone to get your item actually sent in to me. So at some point, probably not long after or around April 23rd, I'm going to be doing another live signing on Instagram for all the send-in items. But there are so many that they're overwhelmed. And so they just want to get this batch done first because this is the first time they've done this. If this goes well and everything goes smoothly, then maybe we'll do it again because clearly there's a lot of demand. So if for some reason you didn't get your send-ins ordered this time around, it's okay. You know, if we can get everything worked out this iteration, then in the future we'll hopefully do more. And you know, I'm not going anywhere. The internet's not going anywhere. So I think we'll probably be able to pull this off. So that's the situation with the send-ins right now. So for those of you who have already ordered send-ins, please try to get them to us before April 23rd, so we can get them back to you in a timely manner. If you were not able to order a send-in before they closed it down, before it became sold out, please be patient with us. We've got a lot to work through, a lot of backlog to work through. And if we get that all taken care of well, then we can move forward and do more send-ins in the future. So, but it's a brand new service. It's very complicated. It's very complicated for Streamily to organize this. Anything you send in is going to Streamily. All right, Streamily has offices. They have employees there who are dealing with all those packages and handling all of them. I can't imagine how complicated that is. And what they're going to do is they're going to bundle it all up and bring it to me, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to sign them all. I'm going to be on camera like this, signing them as much as I can. So there's a lot. There's a lot to happen. So please be patient with us as we work through the backlog. But, you know, we will do our best to work through the backlog. I saw in the chat that someone was asking what color pens that I have. I have Sharpies here. I have silver Sharpies, black Sharpies, and I also have bronze and gold Sharpies. Although the bronze and gold pretty much look the same, but technically I have bronze and gold, silver and black. So those are the Sharpies that I have. So that's the thing. Could I do the hand signs for the fireball jutsu? No, unfortunately, I don't know what the hand signs are for the jutsu. You'll have to forgive me. I'm the voice actor, not the finger actor, so I don't know about that. But hopefully, yes. If you have send in items and you would like to send in like a paint pen with them, I think that's fine. Just check with Streamily. I mean, I have no problem with it. But check with Streamily and make sure that's okay, Because they're the ones who have to handle all that. If they bring me an item and it comes with a paint pen or some other fancy pen that you want me to sign it with, I'm happy to use your pen. That's not a problem with me. The problem is getting it to Streamily, all right? So make sure you check in with Streamily and make sure that it's cool with them that you send in a paint pen. Also, if you're sending in something like a paint pen with your item, please pack it carefully. All right, because chances are, you know, if you're sending something via the post office can really abuse packages sometimes, and it would just be heartbreaking to think that the pen came open while it was being shipped and the paint went all over your item. That would be really, really sad. So again, send-ins are complicated, man. These are complicated things. So please be careful with your send-ins as much as you can. All right. So with that huge preamble out of the way, why don't we get back to signing the prints, which is something that I can do right now because I got them right here and they're ready to go. So if you want to do any prints or anything like that, please send in. Oh, you know what I'll do is I haven't put in the link. So if everyone just give me 1 second, I'm going to grab a link and pin it to this whole stream. So 1 second. All right, I'm back. Hopefully that was quick. Let me post that, and then I think I can pin that. Great. So there's a link for the prints if you're interested in purchasing the prints, because I got plenty of those, and those are relatively easy because they're right here. I can sign them, they pack them up, they ship them out. That's straightforward. It's the send-in items that are complicated. So with that in mind, let's get back to business here. So the next person I have on my list is Angelica, and Angelica would like an a la carte print. Unfortunately, I have them here. So, Angelica, you didn't ask to have it personalized in any way, but maybe I'll just give you a little quote here, a little a la carte quote. So we'll start with two. Oh, come on, pen. There we go. Angelica. I'll just put, what a perfect night. There we go. Yes. What a perfect night. The kind of night that makes me want to have a bite to drink. So there you go, Angelica. There's your signing. And now I just need to put a special number on the back so they can match that up with you and get that to the right person. Great. Problem solved. And we mark that as complete and move on. All right. And then there's more send-ins. So I have a little, they have a web interface here for me for Streamily, and it like serves up the next thing I have to sign. And I don't know if you can hear me clicking my mouse, but that's a lot of send-ins I'm skipping over right now because we got to wait for them to come in and then I'll sign them. So there you go. All right. So the next one is, it doesn't say to anyone. There's no personalization, but the special instructions say, whatever you want, it's signer's choice. Well, all right then. Signer's choice it is. In which case, you know what? I'm going to grab a gold pen. Why not? Signer's choice. So I'll just sign this myself. There we go for signer's choice. Little gold action on the a la carte. We got that, and then I got to put a number on the back of that one. There we go. Excellent. So that a la carte is taken care of. Complete. Next up, more send-ins. Got to skip the send-ins. And now we have a Melissa Arbuckle. I don't know if you're here, but Melissa wanted it in a la carte. So I've got the a la carte right here. And I try to keep a track in the chat room to see if anyone I'm signing for happens to be there. So let's do to Melissa. There we go. To Melissa. What a perfect night. Okay. Alucard. There you go, Melissa. There's your item. I hope you enjoyed that. Excellent. And there's someone from India in the chat. Hello from India. It's we've had all sorts of interesting people join. We had somebody from Uganda yesterday, which was fascinating. And today we have someone from India. A very international crowd. I like that. I like hearing from people around the world. All right, so that one from Melissa is done. So I'll mark that as complete. And then we have some more send-ins. And next one is for the Palm Middle School Art Club. Have I watched... convention. Yeah, I have no plans to attend the convention yet, but there you go. What changes did you have to make to your voice when you did Arsenal and Young Justice? There's also, you came from yesterday too. Oh, it's the same person from India. Excellent, good to see you. There's all sorts of questions. Let me get to those questions in a second. This one is this is the Palm Middle School Art Club would like an Itachi print, and so they have here special instructions. Please write Mangekyo Sharingan. I can do that. My students have been working hard all year, and I wanted to get them something special. I want to thank you for all you do. Stay safe out there. Thank you so much, Palm Middle School Art Club. That's great. Let me do this to the Palm Middle School Art Club. To Palm Middle School Art Club. Yay! Mangekyo Sharingan. Let me make sure I did that right. Oop. Yep. There we are. There we go, Palm Middle School Art Club. You get a Mangekyo Sharingan. Mangekyo Sharingan. Excellent. And then I need to put a number on this so it goes to the right person. Boop. Great. Thank you so much. There was a question about Arsenal. So for those of you who don't know, those are your students. Excellent. Well, there you go, Anbu Sakashi. Here's a question. How did Mrs. Freeman fall in love with you? Was it because of your looks and heart or voice? That's a good question. I think I'll leave that. My wife says all of the above. So there you go. All of the above. Let me mark that as complete. There was a question about Arsenal too. So I don't want to do like any huge spoilers, but Young Justice has been out for a while. And if you don't know, and I think it's probably impossible not to know because it's on my Streamily shop, there are lots of Harpers in Young Justice. Turns out we got cloned a bunch. So Roy Harper was the original Red Arrow, and he was cloned. And there's a Will Harper and a Jim Harper. So there's 3 different Harpers in Young Justice. I play all of them, and all of them end up playing different characters in Young Justice. So Will tends to be Red Arrow, and Roy switches from being Speedy and he becomes Arsenal. So the youngest one is Arsenal, which is Roy. Then there's Will, who's the middle-aged middle-aged, middle one, who's Red Arrow. And then there's Jim Harper, who at one point was Guardian, but left that. He gave up the Guardian mantle to somebody else. And we all now work at Bowhunter Security, where we're always on point. So, having to play 3 different characters that all talk to each other and are genetically identical, right? Like you can't do crazy different voices for them because they are technically genetically identical. And so how do you make them sound different? This is a voice acting challenge. I have to be really clear about their psychology and how they think. And by really tuning into their psychology, they will sound slightly different from each other because they all have different attitudes. And yes, they will be pitched slightly differently as well. You know, there's a younger one, a middle one, and the older one. And so there's a slight pitch difference between them. But I'll tell you, the more I tried to push that pitch difference to differentiate them, the more the producer, Greg Weisman, pulled me back. He's like, no, that doesn't sound real. That sounds fake. Don't do that. I was like, okay. So, he would pull me back. Do I know any Japanese mythology? I do know some. I don't know as much as I would like, but I do know some Japanese mythology. I'm very fond of the book, The Catalpa Bow, which talks about female mysticism, the Mikos, the Shinto shrine maidens and whatnot, and the relationships with the Buddhist priests and things like that. Very helpful for understanding anime shows like Inuyasha. And I know some stuff about Shinto and different things like that. It's probably, a sort of PBS NPR knowledge of this stuff. But yes, I would love to know more. And the Catalpa Bow was a fabulous book. It really helped me with putting together my presentation on female hero journeys in animation. So there you go. All right, let's move on. Jessica would like an Itachi print. So there's the Itachi print. Special instructions. Please put, no matter what, I will love you always on it. Cool, I can do that. Hi, and then there's a little message. Hi, Crispin. I finally get to ask a random question. What is your favorite song of all time? You're one of the kindest people on the planet, and I hope you stay safe. Take care. That is a very interesting question. That's an interesting question, favorite song, because that came up recently with a friend of ours that we were getting to know. And we were sort of trading, like, what song sort of represented you at different ages. Like, what song represented you in the past, what song represents you now, and what song sort of in the future is the thing. And so that was very interesting to try to go through and try to figure out, what's my favorite song, I will say that right now there is an independent artist. He goes by the name of Aerothyme, and he is so cool. We saw him at an event once, a festival, and he was playing like as the sun was rising, and he uses this cool vocoder on some of his songs. And Aerothyme is Erothyme. What's his first song on the album? I have to look it up. But he has an album called Feel Recording, I believe is what the name of the album is. And you can find him on Bandcamp. I love Bandcamp. If you haven't been to the website Bandcamp, it's where a lot of independent musicians put up their music, and you can buy it directly from them, and they will suggest how much they think you should pay for it, but you can pay them extra if you want to, which is great. And then you can download it in uncompressed audio formats. I'm an audio snob, and I want my audio as uncompressed as possible so that I can rip it and compress it however I want it, depending on the device I'm using it on, and I'm happy to pay more money to get those uncompressed versions. So, oh my God, love it. Aerothyme is a fabulous artist, and I really like his stuff. You know what? I'm just going to look it up. Feel Recording is the name of the album. It's the first song on the Feel Recording album, and Vividly is what it's called. And it is like just magic. It is so... It's so evocative. It just makes you feel like you're at the ocean or that like you're soaring above the ocean, and it's not only magical, but also it's like funky. His stuff is so funky. It's got like these great bass lines, and Aerothon, that album, that Feel recording album, I can just put that on and just let the whole album roll. It's magical. But that first song, Vividly, is just astounding, and it uses his vocoder stuff, and it's really, really cool. Psychedelic. I've been told it is psychedelic. I love it. So there you go. There's a nice big answer for you. All right. So this one is to Jessica. So there you go, Jessica. You elicited all sorts of cool stuff out of me. To Jessica. And you wanted No Matter What, I Will Love You Always. Got it. No matter what, I will love you always. There we go. Touchy. Make sure I got that right. There we go, Jessica. No matter what, I will love you always. There you go. Cool. And then I need to put a number on this. I gush about audio stuff. Yeah, I gush about audio stuff. I'm an audio person, you know. Many people will lead with different senses. You know, many people are visual people. Some people are auditory people. Some people are kinesthetic. They're sort of feeling people. I am definitely an auditory person. That's the sense I lead with most primarily. And so stuff that sounds good makes me so happy. So that I'm a big audio snob. So there's the one for Jessica. Yay! Okay, and now we have another Itachi print for Austin. I think I signed one for Austin before. But I will do, this is maybe possibly a different Austin. And I'll give this Austin a Tsukuyomi. Tsukuyomi. Just in case it is in fact the same Austin. We had one of those yesterday where it was Jade, the same Jade. Like it was the same Jade person, which was very funny. And I was like, oh yay, Jade is back. The same Jade. I am the same Crispin. So there you go, Austin. A little Tsukuyomi for you. Hope you like that. All right. We'll put that a ways. Moving right along. Next is Diana, who would also like an Itachi. It's almost like this is a Naruto event, right? Is there a chance you can get some Funko Pops for Streamily to be signed? I don't have any Funko Pops. Actually, my camera got all sorts of weird. Let me move this up a little bit. I don't have any Funko Pops myself. You'll have to forgive me. I don't really have room to keep track of a lot of Funko Pops. So because they're big, they take up room. So I don't have any Funko Pops. But I know people are going to be sending in Funko Pops and all that good stuff. So, what made you like mythology or learn it? You know, that's a very good question. Let me work on Diana's thing first, and then I will get to that. So, Diana wants, time doesn't heal anything. It just teaches us how to live with pain. Huh, interesting. Okay, well, you got it, Diana. To Diana. Time doesn't anything. It just teaches us how to live with pain. See, this is the problem with being playing a character that philosophizes all the time, is that I have all these deep philosophical messages. So there you go, Diana. Time doesn't heal anything. It just teaches us how to live with pain. Let me put a number on the back of that so it can get to you safely. There you go. And then someone was asking how I got into mythology. So mythology became a passion of mine because I was trying to understand what I cared about as an artist. I was in graduate acting school in New York, and graduate acting school is a very stressful environment. You're doing classes all day long, all the time. You're not sleeping. I mean, literally, we were trying to schedule rehearsals for different scenes and plays at like 1 a.m. It was crazy. All right, and so I was trying to figure out what I cared about as an actor, and I was fortunate in that when I was in graduate school, I rediscovered 2 things. One, I rediscovered anime. I'd watched anime a bunch when I was young, and I'd watched shows like Speed Racer and Star Blazers and Battle of the Planets and Robotech. But then when I went off to college, I sort of lost touch with that because I was in college in the early 90s, 90 to 94, and the World Wide Web didn't exist yet. The internet existed, but the only way you could get on it was using Usenet and other Archie, Veronica, other bulletin board systems. There was no pictures, there was no hypertext, there was no websites, no web pages. And so it was all just text-based. And so it was very simplistic. And I didn't have access to television much when I was at college either. So I was sort of isolated. You know, it was strange. Even though I was in Massachusetts, I was still sort of isolated. And so when I got to New York, I was able to get back in touch with anime because the Sci-Fi Channel had this cool thing called Saturday Morning Anime, where every Saturday morning, instead of showing American cartoons, they would show Japanese cartoons. And they were showing some pretty cool stuff. Lensman, Record of Lodoss War, Robot Carnival, Tank Police, some old school anime stuff from the 80s. That was awesome. But then there was a store called Anime Crash, and they were selling stuff. So I was getting reintroduced to anime. And also I got introduced to Joseph Campbell's work on comparative mythology. So Joseph Campbell wrote this wonderful book called The Hero with a Thousand Faces. He was also a huge influence on George Lucas in making the Star Wars original trilogy and franchise. Joseph Campbell called George Lucas one of his best students because he studied his stuff so much. There's a wonderful PBS documentary series by Bill Moyers called The Power of Myth, where he interviews Joseph Campbell. It's like 6 hours long. It's great. And it's them talking at Skywalker Ranch about mythology and storytelling. And they talk about Star Wars too, which is cool. So I realized that that's what I was passionate about. I was passionate about mythological storytelling. I was passionate about archetypal hero journeys, a lot of the stuff that Joseph Campbell talks about in The Hero with a Thousand Faces and whatnot. So that's sort of how I got into mythology stuff. And if you want to check out some more stuff about my mythology stuff, you can go to my website, mythologyandmeaning.com. There's a trailer there for my mythology presentations and some more information about my presentations on mythology. So there you go. But let's, I just got Diana's done, right? I gotta make sure I'm not messing this up. Yep, that's Diana's. Okay, so Diana's is finished. And I need to mark it as finished. Diana, complete. All right, and now there's send-ins. Someone had asked, the send-ins are sold out. Yes, I had mentioned this when the stream opened. The send-ins are sold out because we've had so many. It's like 175 send-ins that they've had to cap it. So they've had to cap it right now because they don't want to get overwhelmed because it's the first time they're offering this service. So we need to work through the backlog of the send-ins that we have now, which will probably be happening in a week or so. I'll be getting on and signing those as they come in and whatnot. Then, if we can make that all work smoothly, then hopefully we can open it up and do more. I'm sorry if the send-ins are sold out right now, but I'm not going anywhere. The internet's not going anywhere. If this all works out, we can do more in the future, and that'll be great. So next up, so this one has some special instructions, but there's no name attached to it. So let me read these special instructions, and maybe if this is you out there, you'll know who you are. This is an Itachi print, and the special instructions are: I love Itachi, and your work is him. My big brother passed away when I found Naruto to watch, and I really connected to Itachi. Can you write on the print the quote, "No matter what, I will always love you"? I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely. I am so sorry about your big brother passing away. I'm sure that was very difficult. If you are in the chat room and you want to identify yourself so I can make this out to you, that might be cool. If you're not in the chat room right now and you're just watching this later on the video stream, that's fine. But if you are there and you would like me to personalize it to you, to your name, that would be great. But otherwise, if not, I will just go ahead and sign it with the quote, since that's what I've got. So I'm not seeing anyone identifying themselves in the chat room as this is their print. So if that's the case, I'll wait for a little bit and see if, because I know there's a delay. You know, there's a delay in the chat as people type things. Otherwise, it would just be like, it would just, you know, be like the Matrix in reverse, though, because the Matrix goes down and the chat room goes up. So there you go. All right, well, I will sign it as written here. So no matter what, I will always love you. No matter what, I will always love you. There we go. Itachi. I know Itachi means a lot to people because of all the brotherly relationship stuff. I totally get it. So there you go. And again, I'm so sorry about you losing your brother. My condolences to you. I'm sure that's very difficult. But hopefully you will enjoy this. Hopefully you will find this enjoyable. And I hope it gets to you safely. I'm sure it will. And if it doesn't get to you safely, we'll sort it out some other way, I'm sure. So, all right. That one is complete. Next one is Ryan. Ryan Henson, it says. Could I please write, each of us lives dependent and bound by our individual knowledge and our awareness. All that is what we call reality. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. One's reality might be another's illusion. Oh, Ryan, that's a lot to write on this one small little page. This is something that I've noticed people keep putting in these like huge long quotes. Like, I will do my best, but that's not a lot of room on here to write so much. You know, so I will do my best here, Ryan, but it's a lot. So I hope everyone will bear with me while I write Ryan's thing. And the other thing is, it's hard for me to talk about other stuff while I'm writing because I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. So I have to focus. So each of us lives dependent. Each of us lives dependent. Okay. And bound by our individual knowledge. And bound by our individual knowledge. I start to feel like you see those books where like they have like tiny little books and it's all written in like tiny, like that's sort of how I feel right now. Individual knowledge and our awareness. Our awareness. Okay. All that is what we call reality. Is what we call reality. Maybe I'll sing it. Maybe that'll be an interesting way. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. Maybe not. However, both knowledge and awareness are equivocal. Equivocal. One's reality might be another's illusion. Oh, the problem of hard solipsism. Are are we all just brains in a vat? Does the Matrix have you? Okay, there you go, Ryan. I hope you're satisfied. It's a lot, my friend. It's a lot. But we got it all on there. So hopefully you will enjoy that. Okay, Ryan is taken care of. Moving right along. Austin. Another Austin. I think this is the third Austin. But this one comes with instructions. And Austin would like in Itachi print. If you could please write the line, those who cannot acknowledge themselves will eventually fail. Yuri's always puts the scratched out Konoha leaf on his. Can you do this too? I have an Itachi Lego minifig. Now just for a Kaito print, you're the best. Oh, thank you. And the Konoha leaf, is that the Hidden Leaf Village symbol with the cross out that I have on my headband as Itachi? Is that what that is? The Konoha leaf? I'm not sure I've ever heard it, I've ever articulated or heard anyone say it in the show that way. So I assume that's what the Konoha leaf is. Maybe I should just Google it. Yeah, that's the Konoha leaf. Okay, gotcha. Here I am, ignorant. I didn't even know that that's what that leaf symbol was called. I just thought it was the hidden leaf symbol. All right, I will try my best to draw that. I am not a drawer. Those who cannot acknowledge themselves will eventually fail, right? Yeah. Eventually fail. All right, so I will sign. And now Silly Yuri has thrown down the gauntlet. I have to figure out how to sign this damn symbol. Okay, so it looks like we've got the spiral. So we've got the spiral starts here, and then it goes around like that, and then around and up. Okay, I think that's roughly it. And then we've got to have the triangle part of it. Cool. And then I got to cross it out. There we go. Okay, I think I did it pretty well. Maybe not perfectly, but I think I did it pretty well. So there you go. You've got your crossed out Konoha leaf. I hope that works. Will these fit in an 8x10 frame? Yes, I believe so. Are these 8x10 or 8.5 by 11? I think they're 8x10s. Do you have a little? Did you have a measuring tape? That is a damn good question. I mean, all right, ruler. Here we go. Ruler. All right, let's see what these are. These are actually 10. Yep, a little less than 10. And a little less than 8. Yes, so yes, they should fit in 8x10 just perfectly. So that is in fact what they are. They are 8x10 prints. There you go. And then I need to put a number on the back here for Austin to make sure that gets to Austin correctly. There we go. There you go, Austin. And maybe you've inspired me to work on my Konoha leaf to make sure that works better. Sweet. And so Austin is completo. Can I say hi to my friend Jonathan? Hi to your friend Jonathan. I hope your friend Jonathan is doing well. All right, this is for Caitlin. Caitlin would like an Itachi print, and Caitlin would like it in silver. Very special. So there you go. And in fact, let me just check my silver Sharpies here to make sure they're working properly, because we want them to look good. That one's being a little weird. Let's try this one. See how this one's doing. Much better. Cool. All right. Love me, Orcus Kaito in Judgment. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so let me write this to Caitlin. To Caitlin. And I'll give Caitlin a Tsukuyomi. There we go, Caitlin. There it is in silver. Hopefully you can see it shining in the light. Good old Tsukuyomi. Excellent. Excellent. And put the number on the back so it goes to the right person. There we are. And Caitlin's is taken care of. Thank you so much, Caitlin. I so appreciate it. Boop. All right, next up is Julie. Julie would also like an Itachi print. Excellent. So Julie says, "You are my favorite voice actor, like ever." Why, thank you. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you for bringing life to such amazing characters. I'd love if you'd write, "You focus on the trivial and lose sight of what is most important. Change is impossible in this fog of ignorance." Damn you, Itachi, and your philosophizing. All right, let's see if I can make this all fit. So, to Julie. You focus on the trivial. Let's start there. You focus on the trivial. All right. And lose sight of what is most important. And lose sight of what is most important. Okay. I'm going to call it a period. Change is impossible. In this fog of ignorance. In this fog of ignorance. There we go. All right, to Julie. You focus on the trivial and lose sight of what is most important. Change is impossible in this fog of ignorance. So there you go. And I'll put a number on the back. Awesome. Thank you so much, Julie. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed that. Next up is David, who would also like an Itachi print. It doesn't seem like there's anything personalized, so I'll give you a Mangekyo Sharingan. How about that, David? To David. Mangekyo Sharingan. There you go, David. Mangekyo Sharingan. There you go. You're welcome, Anbu Sakashi, for your item and the question answering. There we go. David is taken care of. Next is Julie. Julie would like an Alucard. And Julie has a message. The very first character I ever heard your voice was Amon from Witch Hunter Robin. Well, cool. There you go. That's a pretty cool show. That's why I became a fan of yours. Well, thank you. Please write, I can't help you. I belong to a world where all is death. Your world of choices was not meant for me to interfere. Oh, my dear. There's just not room for that on here. I'm not sure, without like obliterating all of the artwork. You know what? All right, I'll try. What I'll do is I'll have to do it with this gold Sharpie. And I don't know if you're in the chat room. Julie, are you in the chat room? If you are, why don't you say something? Just see if you're there, see if something's going on. Otherwise, I will move forward anyway. Not seeing anything in the chat, so I'm going to assume Julie's probably not here right now. That's all right. So let me see if I can make this work. So let me put it up here. So to Julie. I can't help you. I belong to a world where all is death. All right. I can't help you. I belong to a world where all is death. Where all is death. And like, so continue down here. Your world of choices was not meant for me to interfere. Your world of choices was not meant for me to interfere. All right, squeezed it all on there. Hopefully that does not occlude the artwork too much. There you go. Had to go above and below the gun to make that work, but hopefully that works for you. There you go. All right, and I just need to number it for the Julie so that it gets to the Julie. All right. Whoop. Completo. All right, next is Nels. Nels would like an Itachi print. And Nels says, can you put, I think, don't be so quick to judge me. After all, you only see what I choose to show you. Cool. Yeah, I can fit that on there. That should be no problem. So, to Nels. Don't be so quick to judge me. Don't be so quick to judge me. After all, you only see what I choose to show you. Oh, Itachi, you're so secretive and cryptic. There you go, Nels. Don't be so quick to judge me. After all, you only see what I choose to show you. So there we go. Got that all numbered. Yep, it's looking good. Just make sure that number is clear. Good. Excellent. Thanks so much, Nels. I appreciate it. Next is Lisbeth Hernandez. Lisbeth would actually like one of my composite prints with like all the crazy characters on them. All sorts of crazy characters. My wife helped design this, and like it was a major challenge fitting all of these characters on one page. Oh my gosh. So there you go. Who is my role model when I started acting, and what was it like working with the Inuyasha cast? I will answer those in a second. Let me get this to Elizabeth. To Lisbeth. There we go. Best wishes. There you go, Elizabeth. Best wishes from me. All right, and put a number on that. Voice acting role model. You know, that's a good question. You know, I am not one of those people who grew up listening to voice actors or really being aware of voice actors. I wasn't like Bob Bergen. Like Bob Bergen, who plays Porky Pig, he was obsessed with Porky Pig and he knew who Mel Blanc was and he wanted to find all that stuff out. I wasn't like that. I was more obsessed with the stories. And the one animated show that was the most near and dear to my heart was the animated version of The Hobbit. So Rankin Bass, the animation studio back in the day, did this glorious animated version of The Hobbit that meant so much to me. It was like a picture book come to life. And I still think it's the best film adaptation of The Hobbit. I think it's far better than the live action films. The live action films are all over the map. They're a mess. But the Rankin Bass animated Hobbit film, which is like 82 minutes long, it's really short, but it's so true to the books. It's really, really good. And so the books, there's one book, there's one Hobbit book, there's not multiple, there's one book. And in that Hobbit, the character of Gollum is played by Brother Theodore. And that performance messed me up as a kid. He was amazing as Gollum. Gollum in the Rankin Bass Hobbit is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Brother Theodore also lent his voice to the animated film The Last Unicorn, where he played Rook, the servant, Mommy Fortuna's servant. Creatures of night brought to light. But Brother Theodore as Gollum in the Rankin Bass Hobbit was like, oh, it's crazy. All right, so let me get Lisbeth's here completed. And let's move on to Lorenzo, and then I can talk about Inuyasha stuff. Special instructions. It says, Lorenzo Ayuna, a happy birthday and made you join the Helsing organization. I'm not sure what that means. Lorenzo, you wouldn't happen to be on the stream, would you? If you are, maybe you could clarify. I do not have any Funko Pops of my own. I do not. Sorry, I don't. First, I do not have room for them. Funko Pops take up a lot of room. They're big. It does not look like we have a Lorenzo in the chat room. Because I'm not quite understanding these special instructions. Happy birthday, and made you join the Helsing organization. So, no Lorenzo. All right. Well, I'm glad people are enjoying the stream, which is good. God, I really want to make sure I'm signing this correctly. So what I'll do is I'll try to follow this because I'll try to find two Lorenzo and I'll put happy birthday. Maybe just write it as is. Maybe. Sure, I'll write it as is. That's what it says. That's what I'm going to do because that's what was requested. So I'm going to do this in gold because I need a little more room. So to Lorenzo. Happy birthday. And made you join the Helsing organization. When in doubt, I guess, as is. There you go, Lorenzo. I hope you enjoy that. I hope that you have fun with that. Let's see if there's a... It's not a but I'm a touch. Okay, I don't know if, Lorenzo, if you're trying to play like you're a touch or not, but, you know, I need to talk to real people so I can figure out stuff. So hopefully that's the way you wanted it, since that is how it was written. So let me put the number on the back. There we go. And hopefully you enjoy that, Lorenzo. And moving on. So we are reaching the end of the hour. One of the things I've discovered is that I have to stop the stream before the hour mark to make sure that Instagram saves it properly. So as we approach the hour mark, I will need to stop the stream temporarily to save it. But then I will just restart and we'll start over with a new hour. if that makes sense. So even though I'm going to have to stop the stream in probably about 3 or 4 minutes, that's okay. I'll stop it, I'll restart it, and you'll just have to rejoin, because otherwise I can't save the video, and it's important to me to save the video so that people who couldn't be here live make this work. But I'm not Lorenzo. Well then, Itavchi Uchiha, I don't understand what you're doing. That's not nice to try to pretend that you're somebody when I was asking an honest question. So if you could just please be honest from now on, that would be great. That'll make things go more smoothly. So Alice would like an a la carte. I got them right here. There's no special instructions, so I will just write a little note to the Alice. Alice Saraki. So this is to Alice. To Alice. What's a perfect night? There you go, Alice. I hope you like that. What a perfect night. The kind of night that makes me want to have a bite to drink. So we'll put the number on Alice's, so it gets to her all right. There you go. Completo. Next is Sita, who wants an a la carte. All right, let's see if we can do this quick. If I can add one of a la carte's quotes, I can totally do that, and it may be the last one I do before I need to stop the stream. So to Sita, and you would want an a la carte quote. You got it. To Sita. What a perfect night. There you go, Sita. What a perfect night. There you go. Excellent. And let me put a number on that. And yes, the Inuyasha. Thank you for reminding me about the Inuyasha thing. I will get back to you on that. But I may have to do it on the next stream because we are approaching the hour mark. So, actually, maybe I'll do that. So there you go, Sita. That's all well and good. Ready to go. And actually, I'll answer the Inuyasha now. And then, so I'm not in the middle of signing something when I have to stop. So, what was it like working with the Inuyasha cast? Well, that's a good question, because we don't work together. The challenge is that we all record separately. Even if we were in the studio, which we're not. I've been recording everything from home still. And so, but even if I were to go into the studio, I'm not acting with the other actors at the same time. So I know that David K plays Sesshomaru, I believe, and we have some scenes together in Yashahime. But I haven't, we don't work together at the same time. So is it pleasant when I get to hear his voice? If he's recorded before me, then I get to hear his voice in the session before, as I'm recording my lines, which is great. If not, I don't get to hear him. He gets to hear me first, and then he's playing off of my performance. So it's great to hear all these new voice actors that I'm not familiar with in Yashahime, all the ones that come from the Inuyasha cast. So that's great. I love hearing them, but we don't actually interact with each other. So hopefully that clarifies things. Excellent. So I'm approaching the hour mark. So I'm going to stop the video now, and then I will restart, and we'll pick up with the stuff on the next time. So thanks everyone for your patience. Hopefully you can rejoin as soon as I restart the stream, and I'll end it now, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.